I found myself in Lisbon with this John Cooper Works Mini hatchback. Why? That's not entirely important right now, but what is important is that I have to be back in London within 24 hours because my friends are meeting at a pub in London in exactly 24 hours and I really must be with them, because if I'm not, I might miss out on something really fun, like a beer and some pork scratchings. So it seems like a road trip is on the cards. Now, joining me for the journey is producer Nick, and we really aren't getting on at the moment. But will 24 hours in confined spaces bring us closer together as a happier, huggier team? Will we be best buds forever? Or will he be dead by northern Spain? There's only one way to find out. Start the clock. We're going to start you off nice and gently, and I think it's time for a nice beginning of journey montage, don't you? Driving along, suddenly and completely organically, the subject of the car came up.
So, Alex, tell me about this Mini John Cooper Works.
Well, Nicholas, what we're in is a John Cooper Works Mini hatchback. Now, you've got to think of John Cooper Works as sort of Mini's version of BMW's M division. You get more power, it's more handling and driver focused, and basically a little bit more fun for a little bit more money. So this car itself has a 1.6 litre turbocharged engine, and that's got 211 brake horsepower. And that's good for 0 to 62 in just 6.5 seconds and a top speed of near, damn it, 150 miles an hour, which is quite impressive. There's lots of badges and lots of things all around it, and I'm especially a fan of this steering wheel. It's half leather, half Alcantara. You cling onto the leather bit, and then you've got this nice smooth Alcantara top. I really like it as a product. This is kind of like the most hardcore you can get, apart from the GP2, which is a limited run. So you can still, anyone can have one of these if they've got the money.
What you're saying is, on the whole, this John Cooper thing, it works.
Oh yes, it certainly works, and then some. Then, for a change, we needed another montage. Time was passing and we were in different places at different times. Thankfully, the tension between Nick and I soon faded as we managed to bond through a similar love. Hey Nick?
Yeah?
Would you like to share a Kinder Egg with me?
Ooh, I'd love to. I love Kinder Eggs.
So do I! There you go! Darkness fell, and if that doesn't justify another montage, I don't know what does. Nick and I have been taking the drive in 2-hour shifts, and we both think largely the same thing about the car. Its performance is utterly brilliant. You can leave it in 6th to cruise up the auto route, and then if you need to overtake something or want to accelerate, the torque is just, the pickup's incredible. It's just off you go. As a continent crusher, it doesn't do a bad job at all. The controls are all easy to use, everything's very intuitive. However, there are a couple of problems with it. The noise is a little bit drony at speed. I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it is this sort of dull whine. So for long distances, I'd advise you turn up your music very, very loud. The final gripe is a bit of a biggie, especially if you're going to undertake journeys like this. The seats. They look very pretty, and the heated bit, that's brilliant, but they're so uncomfortable. After 2 hours, my right buttock fell asleep. After another hour, my left one was completely gone. So, we've been going for quite a while now, and to remind you exactly what we're doing and that things have happened, it's time for a service station montage. We reached the tunnel some hours after we left, and we only had a few hours to go until our deadline. It would be close. We had landed on UK soil, but would we make it to London on time before the car exploded, or that little girl lost her organs, or the fish died of starvation, or the 24 box set sold out? Well, we are currently 0.3 of a mile away from our target destination, the office, and the clock is reading 23 hours and 2 minutes. It's pretty safe to say, unless a meteorite hits, that we've done it, which I think is, a bit astounding. We've been tired, we've driven well over 1,000 miles. I just want to talk a little bit about the car, really, because it's been incredibly good. I mean, okay, hard seats aside, it's been comfortable, the ride's been just fine, the controls are easy to use, steering's light. It's also a pretty fine little looker. Every time we got out of it for a petrol stop or a snack stop or a wee break or whatever, I've looked at it and thought, yeah, that's quite cool. I wouldn't mind having one of those on the drive. I wouldn't say it's the perfect car for a journey like that, but if you did have to do a trip like this, if you spec different seats, you'd have a whale of a time. So we'd made it. We'd driven thousands of miles, pretty much the entire length of a continent. A beautiful friendship had bloomed and a bond had strengthened to a car. Not bad for a day's work. We were exhausted, yes, but it was worth it. And I'll never forget our mini adventure.